Curious people. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Curious People Wanted, a program series by the Barnum Museum in Bridgeport, Connecticut. My name is Adrienne Saint-Pierre, and I'm the curator here at the Barnum, which means I get to work with lots of great artifacts and share their stories with you. Now, I, as a curator, and I think really most anyone else, gets very excited when we see an early artifact and find it in an actual photograph of the time period. And that's what happened not so long ago when I was looking at this book on P.T. Barnum and saw these little tiny checked socks worn by General Tom Thumb. And here they are in this photograph of Barnum, P.T. Barnum, with Tom Thumb in his Scottish Highlander costume and a lady standing beside them. So right down at the bottom there, of course, his little tiny legs, you can see the checked stockings. Now, we've had these stockings in the collection for some time, and I'm sure that Tom Thumb had a number of pairs because this costume, this Scottish Highlander costume, was one of his very popular characters. There's some degree of authenticity in the sense that here we're looking at a picture of a Highlander dress from about the 1740s, 1750s, and you see those red and white diagonally striped stockings worn by the gentleman there. So this was their interpretation of that in these tiny little socks. Charles Stratton, that was his actual name. General Tom Thumb was his stage name given to him by P.T. Barnum. He was an actor. He actually developed, along with his tutors, these character roles that he performed. So we have a poster here, it's like a mini poster, actually published not too far away in Norwalk, Connecticut. And we see 9 different characters that Tom Thumb played. And I just want to point out that we have him in his Scottish Highlander costume right here on the top right. So once again, we see him in full dress there. Not only was this published and probably a lot of individual photographs of his characters, but it extended to many other things. And here we have an envelope for a paper doll set. This was part of a set with Tom Thumb's wife, Lavinia, Commodore Nutt, who was another little person who worked with them, and Lavinia's sister, Minnie Warren. And so in the 1860s, children could have these sets of paper dolls featuring Tom Thumb and the others. So here he is on the cover wearing his Scottish Highlander costume. And inside here is that particular paper doll costume that features his Highlander dress. Now, the way this worked, you might be familiar with paper doll outfits that have little tabs that you bend over the actual figure. This one is two-sided, right? So it actually slid over the figure of Tom Thumb. So it's fun. It's great to be able to sort of connect the dots between some artifacts, and I love it when I find a photograph that contains an object that we actually have in our collection. I hope you enjoyed the story of this little pair of socks, and we'll be back for future episodes of Curious People Wanted. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks a lot.